Welcome to Crown Point Cabinetry in Claremont, New Hampshire. You know, we're in the same town we started 35 years ago. Of course, then it was Mom, Dad, us 7 kids in the garage. A little bit larger facility. Why don't you come on in and check it out? Every Crown Point project begins with the design process. I have 18 designers that work here in our cabinet making facility. Ted Nemeth, say hi.
Hi.
Ted is working with some clients from
Southern California.
Southern California, and that's what you have here. And what we do is we take the design, we take it out to the floor. We're going to see how that process works. Welcome to our 100,000 square foot cabinet shop. One of the first things people notice when they come to this facility is how clean it is. Safety is our #1 priority here, so we have to run a clean shop. You need talented people and you need modern equipment, quite honestly, to do what we do. Taking the cut list for every custom cabinet, we will take a pile of lumber and turn it into some of the most beautiful cabinetry that you've ever seen. We get into that same pile of lumber to make all of our own moldings. We'll take a piece of raw lumber, we'll rip it down, and we'll feed it through the molder to make the different profiles. When Dad started this business in the garage, he had a $200 radial arm saw. Now we've got an industrial radial arm saw, and it's fitted with an electronic measuring device, so they're incredibly accurate. This piece of equipment is a cabinet maker's dream. He's basically looking at the piece of material and he's defecting it. He's selecting out the pieces of the material that are unacceptable in our custom cabinetry. After it determines where those defects are, the saw will cut around them, so they won't end up in your cabinetry. All box parts are cut on a precise CNC machine for the most accurate cuts possible. Grooves, shelf pegs, notches, all of those cuts are made on this machine. Here we have a stile and a rail to a face frame. This has been cut on a CNC mortiser. This has been cut on a CNC tenoner. These are an exact match. When we put them together with the glue and clamp them, you get the perfect joint. When it comes to crafting our fine quality doors, we've done the old-fashioned way. One stile, one rail, one panel at a time, check it for square, make sure it's exactly the size it's supposed to be, then it's going to go through that sanding process. This is a CNC sanding system where basically every front frame, every door has to go through this wide belt sanding system. There are 4 separate grit belts inside this sanding system that each door and face frame will pass underneath. In order to get the absolute best finish, every piece needs to be finely sanded. Everybody that tours the cabinet shop tells us the same thing. We have one of the most beautiful finishes they've ever seen. It's protected by an incredibly durable oven-baked conversion varnish top coat. Every piece gets put on a rack, it gets wheeled into the oven. The oven's at 165 degrees, it stays in for 15 minutes, and when it's done, it's wheeled out the other side. Here's where the hand painting process takes place. Very labor intensive, multiple coats. The girls take great care, and you'll notice they're painting everything flat before it's all put together. That way you get the absolute best coverage and no drips. Here's where the cabinet making process gets very exciting. Here is a beautiful 1-inch thick hand brushed Ferro and Ball painted door built by our friends in the door team. You saw it start as a pile of lumber and it's turned into a beautiful cabinet door. It will sit here on the rack until it's time to be put on its individual cabinet. Here's where the cabinets all come together. In this particular instance, Clyde's putting together a base cabinet that will eventually end up in Chicago, Illinois. Hey, thanks for taking a couple of minutes to see how we build our finely crafted custom cabinetry here at Crown Point. If you ever get the chance to come out and see us in person, it's worth the trip and we'd love to see you. Thanks again.